Hey guys, it's Emily. I just wanted to make a quick video to give you a few little updates here. First of all, thank you for all of the really nice compliments we've been getting on the last couple of videos. I'm always happy when people like them. And I've had a lot of people say a lot of nice things, and I really appreciate that. If you haven't checked out the latest with Darren Williams, it's titled "What Happened in New York: Toilet Breaks, Upsets, and Establishing the New Order." It's surfacely seems to be about tennis, but we're really talking about some much deeper things going on. And it's a really cool conversation. It was part two. We did one a few weeks back, so that's there as well. So I recommend going and check that out for some interesting analysis, as well as it's always like so humorous with Darren. So it's fun on many levels. But more on a more sort of serious note, I just recorded a show with my friend David Martin, and we got into some really interesting stuff. You know, I was one of the first people to interview him back a year and a half ago when all of this started. And while I've had a few on-air conversations with him since then and a few off-air, we decided it was kind of time to sort of close the loop on some of the avenues of information that we opened up back in that very first conversation, and then start to look at where things are going forward. It's a really good chat. I think it's one of the coolest ones I've ever done. We wanted to be able to just speak freely, so that can be found elsewhere. The link to where you can find that will be in the description box. I decided to make the entire show free to everybody. Normally I split my shows into a public and a patron segment, but I think this is really important. And so I wanted it to be able to share it with everybody. So you're going to have to go elsewhere to hear it, but you can hear the whole thing for free. It was really cool. Other than that, I'm having some issues on some of the platforms that we use for sharing the behind the wall content. My apologies to those of you who are having trouble connecting to some of the information on Patreon. I do have a ticket open with them, and hopefully that will be addressed. They seem to think the problem is with Vimeo. I don't know, and I don't understand. If you try to access it through your desktop or your laptop computer rather than from your phone, it doesn't seem to be a problem. If you're having trouble, with it, please just contact me through Patreon messages, or I don't think there's any problems on Locals, but if there is, send me a message and I'll just get you the direct link to the content, because that doesn't seem to be a problem right now. So I don't know what's going on there. There's going to be some changes going on in how I do things, and some things I'm going to be trying over the course of the next couple of weeks and months. And so stay tuned for that. I'm trying to make better options for people to access the material, because the system is just collapsing in more ways than people understand, in terms of functionality, but also in terms of, like, you know, if I'm going to talk about a certain thing, I have to post it on this platform. If I'm going to talk about another thing, I have to put it on this platform. I can't put this here. I can't put this there. It's just becoming really difficult and confusing to manage, but I'm trying to sort it out. So my apologies for what sometimes seems like an unelegant presentation of the way the material comes out. I'm doing the best that I can. The other thing, I've been wanting to do this for a really long time, but I just haven't had time. I'm wanting to do like maybe a live stream. I've never done a live stream before. I mean, I've been on other people's shows when they do live streams, but I've never done my own, where I kind of now, a few months back, revisit I've been meaning to do this for a while, revisiting the Simone Biles situation from the Olympics, kind of going through all of my thoughts and observations, as well as information that I've collected, and let people ask questions and answer them, because it's very indicative of the way larger things work in the world as well. I know it seems like a seemingly unimportant thing, you know, one person with a poor performance at the Olympics or something like that, right? But the way that this whole thing worked is, you can learn a lesson about how the way other bigger, more important things work in this world. And I happen to have a unique insight based on my history in gymnastics and some of the other things that I know about. So next week I'll be traveling, but I'll have some time, so I may try to do that. So please let me know in the comment section below if people would be like interested in that, and by participating in the live chat, asking questions and whatnot. And it's timely because there was just a new article that came out last week. It was very lengthy, where she went into a lot of things. I have scanned the article. I haven't had a chance to read it in depth yet, but I could already see from the article that she's addressing in her own way some of the things that I plan to talk about, and then I'll have sort of further commentary on that. I'm going to read it and go through and kind of, you know, pick out the parts bit by bit. But I'm thinking about doing that next week. So if people are interested in hearing that, let me know. If people are interested, and I'll put a lot of time into making sure I do a really thorough job. And let's see, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you to everyone who listens to me here on YouTube and leaves interesting comments or constructive comments or whatnot. And thank you to the support of my patrons and my supporters on Locals. This has been a really interesting time for me, and I feel so grateful that I have had the freedom to talk about the way I see things and have people support me in that. So thank you to everybody who has made that possible for me. All right, the link on how to find the interview with David Martin is below. I'm out. I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.